Good morning. I wanted to make a quick video. It's kind of windy out, so I'm standing back a little ways here. You can look at my beautiful deck that I built a few years ago. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. One of them was, it just popped into my head, and I'll just talk about it briefly, is about being a teacher. A person isn't really a teacher unless there's what they have that saying that a good teacher is one where the knowledge is being drawn out of the teacher, and the person who wants to learn is actually drawing the information out. And I had an experience of something similar to that at work, I guess we could call it. I don't consider myself a teacher. I don't consider myself anything like that. I don't want to be. I'm trying to figure stuff out myself. But anyway, so the friend of mine at work, we had little conversations about spirituality, and mostly we were talking about, just Illuminati influence, just, the satanic aspect of things and all that, and how the media is being controlled by that aspect, and a lot of our political stuff is being controlled by that. So we talked about that, and I sent him some videos and things from a couple of my YouTube channels, and I sent him some videos from Paul, my Pockets of the Future guy. He's really good on that stuff, and he talks about spirituality stuff too, kind of a mix. And we just got to talking. We had this really deep conversation, and I was telling him, stuff that I have been realizing since I started doing this new meditation, the heartfulness meditation. As my heart has started to open, this knowledge is like pouring out. It's almost like I kind of had the analogy come to me today of like it's like the waves of the ocean. The ocean itself is still underneath, but the waves come in, and those waves are bringing this information. It's like a constant wave after wave after wave of information. And these waves sustain us on all the different levels, from the subtlest level to the grossest level. These waves are sustaining us. This knowledge is sustaining us. Anyway, it was a perfect example of this, where someone who really wants to know, wants to learn, and I was just telling him what I knew and what I thought to be true. And it was really great because it brought out a lot of stuff in me, and I was actually learning stuff as I was talking to him. And I don't like the term channeling. It wasn't channeling. It was just this divine, godly energy is, stepping forward, and it just wants to share. It wants to share information, and that's what it was. It's just a sharing of knowledge, sharing of information. But, you could just feel like your vibration or whatever shift to a higher level when you have these conversations with people, and your heart chakra opens, and this information just starts to come out. And that's what this is about. That's to me what making the videos is about. It's not about me trying to teach you something. I don't know anything. It's about giving an opportunity for this energy to pour forth. And it's almost kind of like building a muscle. This heart area it's just so damaged and so shut down on most people. And it's just the nature of our reality. I mean, you come into this world, and it's just such a hard life, and there's so much suffering and stuff, and you shut that heart energy down because it's just too much to bear. I mean, you just can't take it all in, or you'll just, you'll be depressed, you'll be anxious, you'll have all these problems that people have. But what's interesting about it is I've noticed since my heart has started to open up again, it's like the things that we use to shut the heart down, the fear, the anxiety, the anger, the frustration, all those things start to be released. It's in the same kind of degrees that they were put on. So it's really a beautiful process, because as the heart opens, you start to release, frustration. You might start to have more. For me, it was about having the first realization I had with this heartfulness meditation was the realization of acceptance. I accepted my situation. I accepted my reality. I realized that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right at this moment. And it kind of allowed me to relax and say, oh, okay, I don't have to try to be something else. I don't have to try to do something else. I'm doing what I need to do right now. And then the next level was releasing fear and anxiety. So those things were stripped away. And then now, it's other things. Maybe it's judgment right now. I don't know for sure, but I think that's what it is. And this is all just part of this process of reopening the heart, because once you reopen the heart, all of those negative tendencies are automatically released, because those negative tendencies are actually a way of the heart protecting itself. It's the way that the heart protects itself is to pull in these negative energies. It sounds totally crazy, but I believe that that's what's happening. And so when you start to release these negative tendencies, then they can be replaced with something which is so much more vast and so much more amazing and so much more limitless. And anyway, I just thought that was a nice thing. And like I say, it wasn't about me teaching anything. It wasn't like I knew anything. It's just we had a discussion. And because I have done some work, and because I've done a little bit of work on myself, I have more confidence and more experience to share. And I have the confidence to share it. Whereas before I might have been worried, oh, these people are going to think I'm crazy, and my other coworkers are going to think I'm crazy. And now it's just like, well, it's just reality. It's just reality. It's what it is. There's nothing crazy about it. Everyone is at a level where maybe they are protecting themselves, so they're shutting information out just to protect themselves. And that's just where they're at. So you just don't judge it. You just give them love. And I had another thought today about just that's how the divine, it's like the water is sparkling. The water is an analogy for God, the divine, the ocean. And these sparkles coming off the water are all these different things. And we can choose any of the sparkles. We could choose suffering. We could choose fear. We could choose joy. We could choose happiness, fulfillment. We can choose any of the sparkles. But God is just waiting patiently for us to tire out, get tired of chasing the sparkles, and go back and dive back into that ocean of love, that vast just ocean of love. So hope everybody has a good day.